And we're right back. Sorry, sneak in a little smoke break. Let's keep going. But yeah, I do believe the planet overlooks atrocities, I guess, because of power. Maybe that's why they overlooked it then. Maybe we don't challenge power enough. Now, I don't know. I don't know nothing. But to me, the evidence of the same atrocities repeating themselves is pretty clear. Now, to the same extremes? No, I wouldn't say that. I'd say the subject matter we're talking about right here in this video is up there with one of the worst atrocities ever committed on the planet. But the problem is it hits up there with the top 5. I mean, at the same time, I mean, I know the stories of destroying all the farmers to starve off populations. I know enough about cultural revolutions to know that the list of atrocities on this planet does not end. And even though this arguably is amongst the biggest atrocities, it shares that top spot with a couple other things. It turns out political ideologies might have actually disposed of more people than anything else. I'll give it up to religious differences. Boy, those have created problems too. But political ideologies have probably been what? The most detrimental thing to all society, all the world? Yeah. In my personal opinion, hell yeah. The I'm right, you're wrong theory. And I'm not talking down to any of you. I mean the powers that be, that want to be. The I'm so powerful you can't tell me anything. Stop respecting those people. Stop looking up to the people that tell you to ostracize others, to control others. Those aren't people in leadership. Those are people on power trips. In my personal opinion, that's it. But I mean, we need to stop listening to power tripping humans who want to wield it over others, their power. It's ridiculous. And being no one wants to call out leadership, they just want to blame their neighbors. Trust me, it's not my neighbor's fault. My neighbor, your neighbor is not the problem. Whoever's influencing them is probably the problem, not their inability to see through the deception. Most people are easily deceived. I'm sorry, love and respect. A sucker is born every minute. Every single minute, there's another naive person who comes around who can be sold almost anything. That's why salesmen are so powerful. And it breaks my heart. It's also why I try really hard not to sell. Because convincing people to go against their own better judgment is actually easy. People are naive sheep, unfortunately, who follow along because I think they don't want to make their own decisions. That breaks my heart. The glory of your life is making your own decisions. I mean, I can't help but get excited about that. Making up your own mind is the point of everything. In my personal opinion.
6 million of people just vanished.
В новелле «Семья» речь идет об одной из самых скрытых и болезненных тем нашего общества.
Лара придумала эту новеллу, и для нее очень важно было
I'm going to have to add something to that because I just did the Indian folk metal song Child Abuse yesterday. If you really want to talk about the most hidden atrocity on the planet, I would say it's the price that our children pay. And then the complete normalization of the abuse of those children. I'm sorry. I actually, this one moved me a lot, and I am not for... I don't believe in putting your hands on people. I can't tell you how long it's been since I had to act out. It's probably in my 20s. I can tell you this, I never had to act out in violence since I cleaned up my life. Since I ended being a drug addict many years ago, it turns out a lot of these behaviors, and I didn't abuse women, I just didn't take shit from people. All that being said, it's the abuse of children that is the most important subject on the planet, the most ignored. And then I hear so many people say, we're going to change the world for the kids. Well, going to have to figure something out, because with the adults who have intentions on our children, that can't be the future. I don't understand, and I'm confused. At no point is a 40-year-old man coming to my house and asking out my 6-year-old. That's never going to be made normal. That will always be abuse. And the planet is on a slippery slope right now. So, as much as I feel for women's abuse issues, I feel the children are worse off.
Нашего общества.
Лара придумала эту новеллу, и для нее очень важно было рассказать о проблеме насильства в семье. Действительно, огромное количество женщин гибнут не на войнах, а у себя дома, от руки своего мужа. Об этом и новелла.
Начали. Давай ее! Ногой! Еще!
When I was laying there on the floor in blood, even if it was fake blood, with the anger of that guy hitting me with that thing, I thought, this really happens now. Some women do lay on their kitchen's floor, bleeding to death. It really happens.
Yes, it does.
Лара Фабиан в этом фильме открылась как драматическая актриса. И если когда-нибудь какой-то режиссер захочет снять ее в главной роли в своем фильме, он не пожалеет об этом на 100%.
К сожалению, в мире женщины до сих пор не умеют сделать выбор между остаться или уйти.
Быстро, сразу.
And it's not fair. It's not fair to any of you. I was raised by a man who loved his wife. And even though we might not have been the most huggy, touchy-feely family, I saw nothing but respect and honor for my mother. So you want to know why I get mad? Because I was raised by a man who told me, who said that's not possible. You don't do those things. And if you see it, you stop it. And from the very bottom to the very top, there's always people who know. And until good people stand up to stop these things, they will go on. Once again, it's power, it's control. And a lot of people do not know how to wield power at all.
Так, пошли. Саша, заметил. Саша. Поехали! Саша, бежи! Пыль!
Damn, that cameraman, that's an uncomfortable spot to shoot from. That's amazing. The production is, I love seeing production, how it works.
готов отдать все. Я готов отдать все. Только бы коснуться ее холодной улыбки.
In the one I watched, it said cold smile. Didn't it? I like glacial better. Gosh, now I'd like to go back and check, but it's taken too long. I like that line better.
Только бы коснуться ее холодной улыбки. Есть новеллы, которые стоят особняком. К их числу относится новелла «Морфий», которая по своему масштабу и спецэффектам напоминает голливудский триллер.
Сегодня так все это просто. Я тебя люблю, ты меня любишь. Важно, что ты можешь сделать ради любви, чем ты можешь пожертвовать. Здесь мы рассказываем о цене. Мы показываем историю, как человек жертвует собой ради того, чтобы быть с любимым.
Okay, well, by those words there, I wasn't too far off the mark. Along with addiction, what price would you pay for your ultimate love? Now, I understand the distinction there, the connection between romantic or physical, humanistic love and the love of, for here, morphine was the, but let's say crack. I get all that. But I thought that the bodily, I thought that was, I did. I'm pretty sure we go back and check the reaction. I thought the sacrifice part, how much are you willing to give? Yeah, that makes sense. Hey,
Of course.
Hey, that's crazy. You got an apple crate right there.
Mademoiselle Hyde, the lyric I wrote, is about someone.
Жертвует собой.
Okay,
Of course, Mademoiselle Hyde, the
I'm so sorry. So that box with the handle there on the side? Yeah, hold on. Yeah, this is one of those weird things. So I try to explain, or every now and then show, why I say the stuff I say. So I noticed that box. This is what I'm talking about. This is the same thing as that, but shorter. This is from my filming days. So when you're short, yeah, you know, I think that's a 6-inch lift. So you can have 2 shots, and people are the same height, side by side. So 2 people, you know, like if someone was right here. So that is why I get all geeked up and weird. Because things like this are in my life. They're real. They exist. And sometimes I think people might think I'm just completely full of crap. Because I am an ex-junkie. But then I did front up a metal band for 6 years. I made enough movies that one of them made it all the way to Sundance. And then fell apart. I tried my whole life to create something. I just never tried to exploit it or sell it. I just tried to create it. And for me, the creation process is what matters. I don't care if I profit from it. I just care if I'm creative.
Of course, Mademoiselle Hyde, the lyric I wrote, is about someone that has an ambiguous, complex, multiple personality. So he caught that idea and made me become a vampire. This helped me to reconsider the layers and the reading that I had of my own characters, the women that I created. Through Alan's vision, they became even more complex and multiple.
Съемки этой новеллы были технически самыми сложными во всем фильме.
Я ее называю «Черная история о любви». Там все было очень сложно. Сложнейшие трюки. Это сложный образ перевоплощения. Такой размах декораций, который был в этом фильме.
They called it So yeah, they emulated the darkest ideas and some of the techniques, and yeah, I mean, you could see that in there. Like I said, I really got some Constantine influence from this one video, but that's just me.
Позволить себе может, наверное, голливудский фильм.
Начали!
В новелле «Морфий» мы сделали 30 костюмов вампиров, каждый из которых был проработан отдельно под персонажа. Каждый что-то означал, каждый был навеян каким-то прообразом.
Алан Бадоев оставил в фильме свой авторский автограф. Он снялся в эпизодической роли перевозчика в мир вампиров, который в качестве оплаты за переправу принимает только части человеческого тела.
So the director played the boatman who took the sacrifices. Huh. Interesting. Good role to pick for yourself. I'm not judging. I'm just noticing.
I love crazy people. Give me crazy.
Ваня, полностью губами пройдись по его коже.
Эта новелла рассказывает о том, что каждый из нас может стать героем и изменить мир вокруг себя к лучшему. Что мужчины могут прекратить войну, а хрупкие женщины на миг обрести сверхспособности, чтобы спасти и своего, и чужого ребенка.
Okay, it was in my face. I knew that. I thought that's what they were implying by that scene. But then the way it edited into the explosion, yeah. I did see that, but I mean, it was so, right, the jump. She was supposed to have a super heroine-esque quality with that. Ah, that makes sense. I did, yeah, there's a lot going on. Obviously. I mean, that's why it was so complicated to get through, because these ideas are put in there.
Тишина. Камеры.
Пыль пошла.
Очень интересная работа была в новелле «Хрупкость». То есть был взрыв. Закрепляется на тросы, поднимается в нужный момент. Но уже на постпродакшене мы дорисовываем столбы пыли, которые заполняют кадр и создают ощущение того, что этот автомобиль поднялся за счет взрыва. Естественно, ни ребенка, ни Лару никто бы не стал помещать в эпицентр взрыва.
All right, and I think I said it in there, but yeah, I just really wanted to see. I actually thought she looked really cute in the dress, pregnant with the tennis shoes. That was my favorite look. Made her the most approachable I'd seen her in ever. Like, if I saw her dressed like that, I'd be not afraid to go talk to her. She seemed like this is just a personal opinion. I'm not trying to knock on her beauty in other locations. But in the whole thing, thought she looked cute in her tennis shoes.
Их просто отсняли на фоне зеленой ткани, а в итоге мы постарались всеми силами создать ощущение того, что этот взрыв произошел вот просто рядом.
Зажигайте.
Во время производства этой новеллы съемочная группа устроила практически настоящие боевые действия в центре Киева.
Было не так тяжело физически, как морально. это очень выматывает. Это на грани и очень страшно.
Push a big baby.
Каждая новелла поднимает некую острую социальную проблему. Например, в новелле «Мистер Президент» речь идет о детях.
Сейчас к роялю подойдет Лара Фабиан. Лара в этой новелле у нас школьная учительница музыки.
В новелле «Мистер Президент» поднимается вопрос о том, что мы вкладываем в наших детей. Не мы ли сами виноваты в том, что некоторые из них впоследствии начинают играть в войнушки не понарошку?
А девочкам будут выдавать оружие?
Sorry. I like this one. And then that's what I think I complained about that. But the difference is I don't have a problem with kids playing by themselves. I have a problem doing when they do it for adults. And I think there's a gray area in this statement. Because I think I better let this one go. It's very interesting. I did get some of that from there. I don't like, but then I understand the power of it. I think I said all that, so it's crazy.
Не понарошку.
А девочкам будут выдавать оружие?
И не мы ли сами виноваты в том, что обычные краски на наших глазах быстро перерастают в военные действия по всему миру?
В этой новелле для меня самое сложное было сделать так, чтобы дети стали жестокими. Такими, как когда за ними никто не наблюдает. Мы играли в игры, и только поэтому они смогли играть в войнушку, так, как играют в войнушку дети. Очень жестоко. Сами того не понимая. Мне кажется, что люди разучились трепетно относиться к каждому дню любви. У этой пары есть всего 3 дня. В течение 3 дней они Ромео и Джульетта.
Для создания атмосферы в каждой из новелл авторы фильма не считались с расходами. Например, на снег ушло около $100 000.
Алан, как режиссер, хотел видеть в кадре все очень естественно. Если это снежинка, и она падает на лицо, она должна растаять.
Во Львове мы чувствовали себя героями реалити-шоу, поскольку мы с утра до поздней ночи находились в окружении, я не знаю, наверное, 1000 местных жителей.
Их было так много, и все люди не могли отойти, потому что я же понимаю, это перформанс. Они смотрели за тем, как среди лета наступила зима.
Perfect example. You're never right. There's so many people outside the frame of the camera who are actually there. The moments are so surreal for everyone involved until you see the movie production, right? But the making of it, so surreal, right? It's that whole suspension of disbelief, breaking what's outside the fourth wall kind of deal. It's just crazy.
Совку требовалось одеть во французскую одежду 40-х годов.
Все было подобрано от сумочки до туфель. Там девушка такая-то, девушка сякая-то, там какой-то цветочник, лоточник.
Художницу по костюмам специально отправляли в Париж на местный блошиный рынок, где еще можно найти и купить такие вещи.
Там прекрасный секонд, там прям по годам развешаны все эти вещи, белье красивенькое.
Девчонки, кого ждете?
Макса Барского.
Также в фильме «Мадмуазель Живаго» состоялся актерский дебют композитора и певца Макса Барских, который стал партнером Лары Фабиан на съемках новеллы «Зимний букет».
Мне повезло, что у меня такой замечательный партнер, как Лара. С ней очень легко работать, у нас с ней были такие очень разные нюансы во время съемок.
I just feel the little boy into Max Barsky's eyes, and that's very touching.
В этот момент я почувствовал что-то от нее, и я уверен, что она почувствовала что-то от меня. В этой новелле есть одна очень сложная сцена, которую я боялся, в то же время ждал. В этой сцене я довел себя до истерики. Алан мне в этом помог.
Выносите его отсюда и закрывайте. Ну, как раз не приготовились.
За время тяжелейших, технически очень сложных съемок вся группа очень сдружилась. Да что там сдружилась? Просто стала одной большой семьей.
На проекте было все.
That's the surrealness of it. That things that seem so violent or horrible for us actually might not be that disturbing when they film them. I think one of the examples is the first Evil Dead. I don't think they knew it was going to be so graphic in certain areas. And then when they finally saw it, they're like, whoa, what did we make? The tree scene, so horrific. And over the top compared to like almost the rest of the film in the extreme nature of the scenes. And it's crazy. And I'm sure while they were making it, it didn't seem that creepy. It's sometimes you don't even know till after it's shot, right? If it looked good, if I read people on the screen said people. If it's going to work, right? You don't know if it's going to work until you kind of look at it. Sometimes you're filming it and you think you're doing something good, and you look at your dailies and you're like, holy crap, we bombed. Set up a reshoot.
Смеялись и плакали, и ругались, и обнимались. И когда после 38 съемочных дней все закончилось, когда режиссер сказал «стоп», съемка окончена. Стало грустно, кто-то плакал.
Очень было грустно. Поэтому многие даже не сдерживали слез, когда поняли, что конец проекта.
Quelque chose d'autre simple, c'est que ça a été une aventure extraordinaire pour moi d'être avec vous tous, que j'ai énormément appris, énormément grandi. Et je veux vous remercier tous et chacun pour la dévotion, la patience, le travail, le talent.
Если это кино трогает даже циничных профессионалов, людей, которые, в общем, делали это кино, оно вызывает искреннюю радость, всяческие эмоции, но не оставляет равнодушным, то обычных людей оно не может не тронуть.
It's a great experience. I love this experience. It made me a better artist. It's making me a better human being. and definitely a better singer.
Нам всем очень важно обратить внимание людей в те стороны, в которые иногда смотреть не хочется.
I agree with that 100%. Why do I say some of the crazy stuff I say? Because it's important for all of us to draw people's attention to the things you sometimes don't want to look at. And if I have to throw myself on the altar of sacrifice by taking a position that is contrary to the current thing, then I'm okay with that. That maybe being able to discuss both sides of current affairs is going to bring us farther than a single take. There's, I honestly believe there's so much in this world that we have to question. And if we don't bring it up and we don't attempt to connect and question about it, it doesn't go away. I don't believe the darkness of the world goes away till we shine a light on it. That's a personal opinion.
Важно обратить внимание людей в те стороны, в которые иногда смотреть не хочется.
Может быть, у меня больше ничего такого не будет. И я хотел это запечатлеть. В конце концов, чтобы через 20 лет показать маленькой дочери и сказать: вот папа твой в профессии был не последним.
That's the one. What is? What is that? This is the one. I don't remember seeing any of this. I don't remember what is that. Is that what was cut? Was this one? Powerful. Powerful. Yeah. So there's definitely something I missed. It's okay. I kind of am happy to be done with this. I kind of want to move on to happier things. Not that the world is a happy place and we should ignore it. But for most people it is, right? The atrocities are real, but most people don't live that way all the time, unfortunately. It's pocketed, and I am not trying to underplay the violence in this world. I'm just... it's a shame that some people have to go through their whole lives steeped in misery and bloodshed, and where other people have got freedom and happiness. I feel for that. I do. I constantly wonder why so many regions of the planet have nonstop civil war and strife. And then I get back to always coming back to ideologies and beliefs, and one group wanting to impose their will on others. Well, this was a hell of an adventure. And I'm kind of glad it's done. Have a wonderful day.